gotta say? What you gotta say? Pull up in the race, flexing that day. Huh? What you gotta say? Ooh, damn. Ooh, ooh. What you gotta say? Ooh, low pump. Damn. Ooh, yeah. What you gotta say? What you gotta say? What you gotta say? What you gotta say? Pull up in the race, flexing that day. Gucci everything, Louis everything. What you gotta say? 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 Bitch, you getting paid. Bitch, you getting laid. Spend it in a day. Spend 100,000 on motherfucking May. Swear to God, put it on my ground for a grave.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PWC HMG NXT 2023 DeadLine post-game show. I am your host, Jimmy T, and my co-host. Tell them who you are, bro.
Well, bro, I am Christopher Ambs. That's AMBS, like lambs with no L or bullshit first thing in the morning. Don't worry. If you're listening to this and wondering how the fuck am I going to remember this guy's last name, don't worry. I'll remind you at the beginning of every show I do. Also, shout outs to Lil Pump, who did the
Little Pump.
This is gonna say nigga the day, it's the way,
and perk,
and yay, and the fuck mumble rap to death.
You gotta go with the kids these days, bro. What the kids are into. Hey man, it sounds good with the remix I did, but I'm not the biggest Pump fan. Fuck, I'm not even really a fan of his. But I don't mind some of his shit, you know what I mean?
Nah, fuck that dude. Fuck that dude.
Nah,
and
he's
fuck every other
lyric.
dude who raps like that.
Hey, anyone can rap like that. I don't understand how these motherfuckers have any sort of talent to become as big as they are. Like, think about it. You and I could fucking do this shit.
I will go ahead and quote Chris Webby here, a freestyle that he did one time where he said, yeah, Lil what's his name with them face tattoos who raps like you? Well, fuck him too.
Oh, nice. That was a dudum right there, man. And boy, was that a tongue twister reading out all that just at the start of the show. It felt like it all rhymed. But anyway, man, it was another PLE. It was WWE, more specifically NXT, Chris. And I'm not going to lie, dude, I was going into this sort of kind of hyped. And the way the show fucking started, shit, man, you could have had me fooled. I was thinking, damn, this show is already starting big. And we started with Shawn Michaels. And then we hear CM Punk's fucking theme kick in. And I was like, oh, shit. And here we are, man. We see CM Punk. And what is he wearing?
What was he wearing, Jimmy? He was wearing a hoodie. It was pink. And it was a Bret Hart hoodie. And I was just like, fuck yeah. CM Punk repping Bret in an interview with Shawn. Woo.
Wow. I couldn't believe he did that, man. I mean, and he looked cocky. But is it just me, man? Or does he seem happy as Larry, pun intended, because that's his dog's name?
Bro, he looks legitimately happy to be back in WWE. Because I honestly believe that a big part of his, like, dissatisfaction with WWE had a lot to do with him thinking, anybody else could do this better. Just somebody else could do a better job of this. And then somebody else started a major wrestling company and he saw for himself that, fuck no, they can't do it better than this. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe it, man.
I
think he was trolling.
I mean, I feel like a lot of what he's been doing since he's been back is trolling AEW. Just subtly. Subtle jab.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if you caught his promo on SmackDown or not. Did you end up seeing that?
I didn't. I'm not watching any shows that I'm not reviewing.
That's fair enough. But dude, you should check out his promo. It was exactly what Raw should have been. Put it that way.
All right, cool.
And he gave jabs. He gave jabs, bro. He fully gave jabs, man. He gave jabs about the punching, with the Bucks and whatnot. Him and Kevin Owens had a little standoff as well. And the fucking story behind that. Uh-huh. Kevin Owens is close to the Young Cucks and Kenny Omega. And, obviously, CM Punk has issues with these guys. So it was kind of very interesting. But his promo went for 12 minutes and he hit it out the park, dude. Believe me when I tell you that.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at it at some point here, just because I do want to see CM Punk like back. I do want to see him actually going at motherfuckers. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat your lunch. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
He didn't give a fuck, bro. It was the old Punk in many ways, man. I'm telling you now, it was something else, man. It was good to see. I just hope, he stays happy, because the funny thing is, he's been taking photos with fans at the gym. I mean, like, he's everywhere, bro. He's fully, like, embracing everyone. Suddenly, he's not that dick Phil Brooks anymore, and he's the happy-go-lucky CM Punk who's back home.
Yeah. He's CM Brooks.
Isn't it bizarre? He's CM Brooks, bro. He's exactly CM Brooks. And, it's good to see that the Bret Hart Mark sort of fandom has spilt over in WWE also. But I just wonder if Shawn Michaels knew he was going to be wearing that shit.
He had to. My guess is that he showed up wearing that shit, and Shawn is quick enough on his feet to have seen him backstage and been like, I'm going to say something during this promo.
Well, it's funny. I'm proud to announce that Bret the Hitman Hart is coming back down under, actually, to do like a signing and a talk and shit. But what's bizarre, do you remember I was telling you how this Impact came to the bush over here and done events, and New Japan were doing events in Shit Creek and whatnot?
Yep.
Remember I was telling you this? Well, Bret Hart is going to Shit Creek, to a fucking city way outside of Melbourne called Bendigo, right? Which is about 3 hours away from, maybe three and a half hours away from Melbourne. I have no idea why all this wrestling shit is going on up in the sticks down under, dude.
I don't understand why all of these people and all these companies keep wanting to go to the middle of fucking nowhere in Australia, but maybe it's good news for people like me from Kenora. Maybe they can start doing that in Canada too.
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, do you get any wrestling events, like big events around your area?
No.
Of course, Winnipeg, but not in
Never.
Was it Kiora?
Kenora.
Oh, Kenora, that's it.
We had a WWE house show here once. And it was actually in the time where I was like completely out of wrestling. Like, I hadn't watched a wrestling show in probably 7 or 8 years. There was no way I was buying fucking tickets. But then my grandpa, he bought me a ticket because he thought I was still into wrestling. So I went to it anyway. And it was like, but I got to see John Cena and Eddie Guerrero have a wrestling match. Like, that was pretty cool.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. Absolutely. And we've got some listeners, actually a new listener. I've never seen Joseph in the house. What's up, bro? I mean, thanks for joining us right here on HMG and the PWC. He also says, why would CM Punk be minor leagues? Lol. I know, it's just,
Yeah, he might be in NXT for like one fucking program as like a something else to do. He's not going to NXT. That's a ridiculous fucking thing to even suggest. Him going to NXT would be a giant waste of their money.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up staying on Raw, to be honest. But right now, he's a free agent, and he could end up on... He's teasing like, where should I go? SmackDown? NXT? Or fucking Raw? But I think he'll be Raw because Orton's jumped to SmackDown. But it doesn't really matter because Cody was on SmackDown. I don't even know what the draft is anymore, dude, because there's no such thing as draft. Cody, no shit, is a Raw guy. Has been on SmackDown, no shit, at least 5-6 times in the last 10 weeks, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. And Joseph, yes, we did talk about Punk on SmackDown. We were just talking about it just before you joined us, funny enough. So, but if you want to check out what we thought about it, or more particularly me and a couple of others, go check out the Smack Attack on HMG, man. We talk about that in depth over there. Josh also joins us. He says, how are you guys tonight? I'm sore, dude. And Chris is tired, he's old, and he's sick of working with children.
Old, tired, sick of working with... Actually, my kids went with my parents in Florida already, so I don't have any kids for right now.
I know, and the poor guy misses his kids, man.
I do miss my fucking kids, bro. I know you were like, I told you that yesterday, and you were like, man, what? Shouldn't you be like excited? No, I'm a giant softy of a dad. I love my fucking kids. I miss them.
Nah, that's cool, man. That's good, man. You know what I mean? But at least you know they're having fun, unlike us. But look who's in the house also. It's our very own Zane Vicios. I got to get the Psycho Sid fucking theme going for this guy, man. You know what I mean? The ultimate troll of the Twitter, like by a mile. And no, Zane, Punk on NXT will be... No Punk on NXT would be hilarious. Look, he'll be around here and there, but nothing serious. Yosef says also, I was wondering, no way he doesn't go to Raw. I believe that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, no way he doesn't go to... He's going to Raw, bro. Mark my words. You heard it here first. Put it that way.
They got to get the numbers on Raw up, and it makes sense for them to do it.
No, look, man. SmackDown with Orton is pretty loaded. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter anyway. All these wrestlers are going back and forth to all between brands. Dominik again was on SmackDown, but he's a Raw guy, and he's on NXT these days.
I was going to say he's a Raw guy, but he
always
was
on
the
SmackDown.
North American champion.
Right. It's bizarre, bro. But anyway, we start the show though. Look, I didn't watch the pre-show. I know Axiom defeats Golden Ratio, whoever the hell that is. But that's neither here or there. I didn't watch it, and I really wasn't interested. But as you hear in the background, we do see CM Punk making his entrance and joins Shawn Michaels in the ring and on the mic. Punk says he didn't want to step on his gimmick if Shawn wanted to tell him to suck it or whatever. Are we still doing that in 2023, he says? Shawn Michaels then calls out his Bret Hart hoodie, which was funny. And Punk says they made up, and he made up with Triple H. That's actually quite good. Anything is possible, though. Punk has good news and bad news. And backstage, people came up and say they grew up watching him. And now he gets to take a selfie with Michaels because he grew up watching him. And he missed his flight and owes him a phone call and figured he'd do it now. Punk then talks about what brand he's going to sign with. And then NXT chant gets going, and then he gets them chanting his name, and then his music plays, and he hugs Shawn. And honestly, I feel like I just lost time, he says, but nobody really thought he'd sign with NXT. But so I guess saying it would be kind of mean if he didn't say that, right, Chris? I mean, let's be honest. He was there.
I mean, he's here. He's here to hype up NXT and try to make the show seem bigger. And I think that, I really do honestly believe that Phil Brooks has a desire to help the next generation of professional wrestling. I really think that he has a desire to pay something back to the next generation of wrestling. And I don't think he's a nice guy. I just think that he believes it's the right thing to do, and he wants to do it. Really. So I can see him having a couple of programs in NXT as like a minor offshoot type of thing, right? You know, maybe not quite Dolph Ziggler level of like involvement, but you know, like Undertaker CM Punk at least, or Undertaker John Cena at least, right? Like he'll show up a couple of times, pop a rating.
Oh no, for sure. No, definitely, he definitely will, 100%. And look who's in the house also. Elizabeth's joined us. Hey Liz, thanks for joining us once again. And yeah, no, you're right, man. Absolutely right. But look, it was a sight to see. It kind of set the tone. But I felt like, did this end awkwardly, bro?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he was like,
it was weird, dude.
it was like a, and maybe the newest signing for NXT is, and then like they kind of had to get the crowd going with the CM Punk chant. And then they like hugged for way too long, and they were like whispering to each other while they were hugging, which is like oddly sexual.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah. Yosef asked me, funny enough, Jimmy T, are you Philadelphia fan from the States? I see a P on your hat. Well, clearly I'm not from the States by my accent. Yeah.
He's a Philly guy.
I don't know where you're from, dude, but yeah, this is the Philly accent, clearly. But no, look, man, I don't mind the Phillies, but I got it because I like the hat. But yeah, I don't mind the Phillies. They're okay, man. Oh, he's from Philadelphia.
That's the Philadelphia accent right there, man. I'm from South Africa. You can tell from my accent.
Hey, man, don't say that. I've had Australians legitly say to me, if I'm from South Africa, bro, I swear to God, I'm like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me? I go, no, I'm born here. What the fuck, man? How can an Australian tell another person that's born in Australia, are you from South Africa? Because of my accent?
Also, because South Africa is like such a very specific fucking
And it's
accent.
very Dutch. It's very Dutch also, man.
Eesh.
I can see why people get confused. It kind of seems similar, but not really. To me, the New Zealand and Australian accents are practically the same. South Africa is very distinctive, man. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Oh, I agree.
Well, anywho, after that, though, we do go to the first matchup. But before we do that, I don't understand with Dragon Lee, and this is the match between Dragon Lee and Dominik Mysterio, by the way, Chris. And Dragon Lee's been on a little bit of a losing streak on the main roster. Now, I'm still confused if he's a main roster guy. Is he an NXT guy? I have no idea what the fuck he is, man. But he's a North American champion because he does defeat Dominik Mysterio. Again, this match felt weird to me, Chris, because it kind of ended awkwardly.
It wasn't a good match. It was not a good match. I'll tell you, like, for all the praise that I've heard about Dragon Lee, I've seen him have some pretty decent matches, but I haven't seen him have a real blowaway type match. And honestly, I maintain what I've been saying about Dominik Mysterio is that he's not bad, right? But considering the amount of time he's been on TV, he should be better than he is. And I see him as a below average talent. Like, he's getting great reactions, and I'm not trying to say there's no money in the kid, because I think that there is. But in terms of his ability to put a match together, I think he's pretty far below average, to be honest with you.
Well,
and the proof is that every single time he has a match against somebody who's not an absolutely fucking out of this world great worker, his matches kind of suck. And his match kind of sucked tonight.
Yeah, look, I've seen these two had a match, I think, on Raw a couple of months back. They had a great match, I felt, on Raw. Tonight, again, something was off about this show, dude. And I almost feel guilty about making you watching it because I was like hyping it up a little bit. Believe me, it's going to be good. And usually WWE PLEs do fucking deliver, really, right? They actually do. But this, I don't know if it was the crowd. The energy was kind of weird too. The crowd weren't really feeling much, to be fair. I mean, they were popping here and there, but it wasn't, I don't know, man. They were in Connecticut, right? It was a Bridgeport?
Yeah, it was Connecticut, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? The Connecticut fans. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know, man. It just seemed a little off. But this match ended awkwardly. Even the commentators were surprised. I don't know if you noticed. They were like, oh. Like Booker T and, oh, fuck, what's his name? Forgot his name already. The other guy. It doesn't matter. But the point is, they were kind of surprised that the match just ended the way it did. And I don't know if there was something wrong with Dom. I mean, he didn't even really do his finisher, man. But it was a Liger Bomb. Dragon Lee wins by pinfall with an Acai DDT, becoming your new NXT North American champion. Now, I've noticed with the North American Championship, is it going to be... I feel like it's becoming a main roster kind of championship also, man. It's been getting defended there also. I don't know what they want to do with this belt, but...
And, you know, it seems like they've been doing that way more often. And I would be cool with it if it was just a situation where they were saying, you know what, we're going to try to integrate NXT into the main roster more often. We're just going to try to have more mentions of NXT, and that title is going to, you know, the NXT title is going to be up there, and we're going to showcase our absolute best talent from NXT on the main roster. But that's not what they've done. They basically, they gave the title to Dom, right? And then they had Dom up on the main roster, which I think was pretty good for NXT. I think that was a good experiment. I think that helped with the ratings, actually. It did help actually pop the ratings. But they haven't been highlighting the best NXT has to offer on the main roster. Otherwise, we would have seen, like, you know, 4, 5, 6 Braun Breaker matches, right? We would have seen Trick Williams up there. We would have seen Ilja Dragunov on the main, having a main roster feud. They seem to be trying to integrate NXT, but I think that they're doing it kind of the wrong way. They need to be highlighting their best, the best of their best. And and I don't think that this is it. Like, I don't think Dirty Dom and Dragon Lee are the best of the best in NXT.
No, they're not. And this NXT is very, it's very different to the original NXT. But when I say original, I'm not talking about the very first one. I'm talking about the black and gold version, Triple H. But look.
Sorry, Zane. It was actually my dryer.
What was that? I laugh because everyone thinks you know what they think, right?
I know what they think. No,
Zane, just fucking say it, bro.
We don't have an industrial-sized dildo in the house. That's what the fucking dryer sounds like, you jackasses.
I was trying to beat it around the bush, you know what I mean? Like, I giggled when I heard it because I knew straight away people are going to think, the worst. So, Zane, get your dirty mind off the sound, okay, motherfucker? Nah, I'm joking.
Just hang on a second, G.
No problem. But while Chris is attending to stuff, Joseph, you asked a question before about is Punk pushing the needle? You think he isn't? I personally think he kind of is. Don't look at the friggin' don't look at the ratings. Look at the merch sales, the social media interactions, all the views on YouTube and all that. He's totally lifted the needle. Put it that way. So it is what it is.
Yeah, there's no question he moves the needle. There's no question that he moves the needle. He might not get immediate responses from, like, in terms of like 1 million extra people are going to be watching Raw or anything like that, because I really think a lot of the wrestling fans are pretty much, they're in the camps that they're going to be in and they're tapped out. I really believe that there is, we talk about superhero fatigue, right? How like Marvel movies and everything are starting to dip.
Right. There's too much of it.
There's a lot of wrestling fatigue too.
Oh,
like people are tired.
Dude, it blows my mind because as a kid, man, I couldn't get enough of this shit. And I always used to say to myself as a kid, oh man, I wish there was more. I could have just kept watching this shit when I was a kid, bro. I don't know. It's bizarre. Now, 2023, now we're adults. It's like, fucking stop. Stop, well, it's not just, please.
I want to say something about that too, because it's not just that we're adults now, Jimmy. Because I've had this thought before, right? Where like, yeah, man, when I was a kid, like, holy fuck, man, if I could have watched, NHL hockey all day, every day, I would have fucking watched hockey. Or if I could have watched boxing all day, every day, I would have fucking sat there and watched boxing all day, every day.
It's a little different though. Let's be honest here. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think it actually is, Jimmy. With the internet, we have access to everything at all times instantly, right?
True.
So, when I was a kid, if I could have just spent a whole day watching boxing, I would have done it. But if I would have been watching boxing for 2 hours and then started to get even a little bit bored, I might have turned on Netflix or turned on the latest, the Boys episode, or watched Invincible, or done something like that, right? I would have switched to something else. And I think that the landscape today is so wide open for things that nobody just sits and does one thing all day anymore. Even me, dude, when I'm watching, like there's lots of times where I have 3 fucking screens going at once.
Really?
I'll be watching a fucking YouTube video, right? I'll just let it play, and like I'll have the video on, and I'll just let it play on my chair next to me, right? While I'm sitting there playing a video game or watching Netflix, and I'll have my laptop open and I'm playing fucking and I'm, well, Zane Vicious is probably closer to the truth, but like I'll have my laptop up and I'm playing fucking Civilization or something, right? I literally will have 3 fucking screens going like lots of times. You know what I mean? I don't know
how you do it.
But this is what I mean. Like, this is what the world is now. I really don't think that it's the same thing with wrestling as when we were kids, where if you can get more, you're going to do more. You're going to watch more. You want more wrestling. Right. I really feel like a lot of people who are wrestling fans feel the same way you do, the same way I do, the same way the chat seems to, where it's like, there's too much wrestling to watch it all. I can't fucking watch it all.
Plus, with the commitments that we've made, not just on our own network, but also right here at Channel Attitude and Hamin Media Group, it's also doing that on top of watching all the wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So, and not taking me wrong, I enjoy doing this. You know what I mean? But we do a heck of a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I love podcasting. But at the same time, right? Like you think about the hours of commitment that go into this, right? Let's say that you and I do this show tonight and it goes for an hour, right? And everybody's going, "Oh, well, that's just an hour. That's just an hour. Who cares? Like an hour is not a long time." And you're right, an hour is not a long time. But if we do an hour and a half, plus I have to take into account the hours that I watched, right? So I watched 2 hours, I did an hour and a half, so that's 3.5 hours right there, right? That's 3.5 hours on one show. That's an off-brand show because it's a pay-per-view, right? So think about it. How many fucking shows do I do? I do 3 shows. That's it. I've cut down to only doing 3 fucking shows a week, Jimmy, right?
True.
But with
when you
3
put it like
shows
that.
a week, that's 2, 4, 6 hours, right? 6 hours a week watching wrestling, and then
Shit.
2, 4, 6 hours podcasting about wrestling, right? So you're talking about 12 fucking hours, which is what a lot of people do as a side hustle. People will do 12 hours a week as a side hustle job to make money, right? And that's just to do 3 fucking shows. Like there's a lot of time that goes into these kinds of things. So I really honestly believe that I'm not the only person in the world who's a wrestling fan who's like, man, that's enough. I don't want more.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. And now that I think about it, I mean, I did Smack Attack fucking just hours before, and guess what? We went over 3 hours, bro.
And that's 12 fucking hours right there, just doing Smack
over
Attack.
3 fucking hours, dude. Yeah, man. But we had the professor on also, but we went over 3 hours, bro. I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, well, fuck, we need, because DeadLine was on. I felt like we did NXT. It'd be stupid if we didn't sort of cover this. And you know what? I didn't expect you to say yes. So to my surprise, I was like, oh, sweet. Because I was initially going to do it with Mikey and Chris Winland, but they were kind of not available. One's sick. Well, they're both sick actually. So rest up, boys. But anyway, Revamped Wrestling 2K also joins us. Thank you for joining us, man. He says, yo, I work in the restaurant industry and I'll do wrestling simulations on all companies, all the shows at Hamin Media Group. Well, what do you mean by wrestling? You do wrestling simulations? Is it simulations or?
He said simulations, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but it's not spelled as simulations. So, but yeah, what do you mean by that? I mean, is it video games? Do you wrestle or? I assume you play wrestling games going by your nick, but I don't know, man. Josh also says it can turn into a second part or full-time job for you guys. Man, I'm not going to lie, man. We don't ask for money. I know we say $5, channelattitude.com, but it's not like, it supports the whole thing, but it's not like it comes to us or anything like that. It goes to the head honchos in Bin Hamin and Vince Russo. But, to get an opportunity to be on a platform like this, I mean, you know what I mean? You don't say no to something like this, man, because it does look good for the resume. It does give us a lot of clout in the podcast game, if you know what I mean. Depending, people hate Russo too, but
and also we're giant fans of Hamin Media Group. Like both of us.
Absolutely, that's how it started, right?
Yeah, but we met in the Hamin chat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we did. Yeah, well, you had to think about it. Come on, where else would we met? But it's funny because I literally courted you, man, when I started the PWC initially. But we're both the co-owners of the PWC network. But when we started, I'm like, man, I got to get this guy because I could just tell by the way you talk about things. And I hadn't even heard your voice yet or seen you face to face yet. But I just knew there was something about you when it comes to that. And here we are 4 years later. Crazy, bro. Time flew.
Real recognize real, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a fucking absolute pleasure, man. You know what I mean? Working with you. As a matter of fact, I mean, you and I have the best chemistry by far. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, a lot of people tell us that all the time. Oh, shut up, Zane. All right.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I know. Look at us, or look at me now. Oh, on your channel for W2K23. I got to see that. Do you make calls, man? If you do, let me know, man. And he hustles too. Whoa, we got DJ Lingo in the house. Cheer one. I'm revamped. Oh, god damn it. Are you a DJ, bro? Because if you are, 3 bits for support. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, well, Efkaristo. There we go. German and Greek. Thank you.
Also, gracias and merci.
Anyway.
Oh,
Let's
and
get back to
Ketos
Deadline, though,
for all
because-
of our Finnish fans out
Yeah,
there.
there you go. French, Spanish. Oh, well, I didn't know that one. And Grazia in Italian. So we're going worldwide, baby. But next we see, this is weird, this match, but it's the women's number one contenders Iron Survivor Challenge match. Say that really fast. To be fair, Chris, this match stunk for the first 15 minutes, it felt like. But the second I was saying that to you, it kind of did pick up.
Okay. So it did pick up when you had said that to me. You sent me a text saying, "Oh, it's starting to pick up." And it did pick up, but it was so obvious that they had rehearsed this fucking match. Like,
Yeah, it was spot.
ugh. To the point where it was kind of, for me, like being more of like a purist, I was sick like watching this. And then the fact that this match was so fucking convoluted too, like, don't get me wrong. There have been worse matches in wrestling. Like, there was a reverse battle royal in TNA at one point. Like, you want to talk about some shitty fucking booking.
Oh, yuck.
Right? But like,
But it reminded me of that. It was very reminiscent, this type of match, though, when you think about it.
it's just a bunch of stuff that they're trying to throw shit at the wall and see what'll stick and everything. Here's my problem, though. If you sit me down and you say, "Okay, Chris, here's what we got. We're going to have this match, right? And we're going to do this thing, and it's going to be a different thing, right? And we're going to have people in the penalty boxes, and then they're going to get out, and whoever has the most pins at the end is going to win." I'm like, okay, I'm relatively intrigued. But then you tell me it's going to have a 25-minute time limit, and that it has to hit 25 minutes, and whoever wins after 25 minutes, and also it's women's wrestling. So you're telling me I have to watch women's wrestling for 25 minutes? No.
You think it
Sorry.
did go for about 25 minutes? It probably did, right?
These matches were 25 minutes, Jimmy. That was part of the stipulations. Was at the end of 25 minutes, whoever had the most pins wins the match.
You're right. I forgot about that. So yeah, no, spot on, man. And honestly, man, I was drifting. I was on my phone a lot during this match. Obviously, I was going crazy on Twitter a lot. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. But then it picked up. And I don't know, how do we even describe this match, man? But essentially, we had, so who did it start off with? It was Fallon, Henley, and Blair.
And the green girl.
Yeah, it was Fallon, Henley, and Blair Davenport are in the match first and second. And then after that, Tiffany Stratton enters the match at third. And then we see Blair Davenport earning 1 fall, pinning Fallon Henley with a lateral press for a total of 1 fall. As the countdown timer ticks. And then we see Kelani Jordan entering the match at fourth. And then we see Fallon Henley earns a 1 fall, pinning Tiffany Stratton with a kick for a total of 1 fall. So that's 1 apiece at this point, I think. And then we see Lash Legend entering the match at fifth. Now, after what I saw Lash Legend do, dude, on NXT this past week, dude, I don't know if you saw it, but she body slammed Otis like nothing, bro. I kid you not, it was Hogan and Andre the Giant WrestleMania 3-esque, but it was even better, bro. She just scooped him up, held him up for quite a bit, and fucking slammed him. And then you know what they do after that? Once you do something, if a woman does that shit, that's it, man. There's no, like, you can't fuck it up, surely, right? Well, guess this. You see, what's her name? Fucking Maximum Male Models chick. What's her name again? Fuck. I've gone blank. I shouldn't even be blank. The blonde chick, French. Man. No. The blonde chick, man. Fuck. I've gone blank. Too many shows. Too many fucking... Someone tell me in the friggin' chat. Because I've forgotten her name for some reason. But anyway, the point is...
Dupree.
Oh, yeah.
Maxine
Dupree.
Yeah, I told you it was something fucking French.
You're right. Thank you, Lab Rat. But, yeah, I did... Once Media M5 put Dupree down, I remembered Maxine straight away before you actually said it. You're a character. Anyway, Maxine Dupree jumps on the top rope. So get this. Lash Legend body slams Otis. Maxine Dupree goes on top of the ropes, does the most fucking shittest Hurricane Rana you ever see on Lash Legend after she body slammed a 450-pound man. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, that's wrong.
That's very wrong, man. And someone mentioned, I think it was revamped. I could be wrong, but someone said it's it was Yosef. NXT is AEW basically, but they are characters. It is. this was very AEW. It was very AEW. This whole event and just the chaos. I mean, I've never seen a 2-hour show fit so much, bro. Where it just becomes so.
And it's just so much shit, dude. Here's the thing, right? Like, you're starting to go down, like, run through the whole fucking match. Don't do that. Let's just talk about the match overall.
All right, fine.
We'll talk about things that sort of stood out to us in the match. Because if you run through it, it's just going to be a clusterfuck. This and the men's match will just be one giant clusterfuck,
all
right?
Well, the one thing that really stood out for me was Kelani Jordan's botch, bro. I don't know if you noticed that.
Bro, where she did the fucking moonsault, like to the outside.
And she overshot it, bro, and then hit her back right on the corner of the table, bro, on the edge of the table. Sorry,
overshot. I sent you a text. I was like, that girl just broke her spine.
Fuck, and it looked like it hurt her, bro. If you saw her reaction,
the rest of the match, she was holding her fucking back. Yeah. I guarantee you, she's got lumbar problems at this point. Fuck.
And you know what's even funnier, dude? The second she did that, and she's in pain, legit. I can't remember who it was, but someone ran straight from behind, probably not noticing that she was hurt, and just clobbers her from the back, dude. And you just saw the pain in her face. She was like, you bitch. You know what I mean? And, man, I don't know how she overshot it like that, but she could have broken her back, like you said, dude.
I don't know. And also, so Lash Legend, I'm going to say something that's going to piss some people off.
You're going to say it?
Jimmy, I asked Jimmy. I just, fuck it. Man, I don't even know no more. I don't give a fuck. I just ask questions at this point, right?
Go for it, man.
Lash Legend comes out, right? And she's just fucking going all over the place and fucking hitting everybody and just looking like a wrecking ball and everything. But I texted Jimmy. I was like, was she a dude?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, this is not me. That's him.
Listen, and I don't know. Maybe she's hot. Maybe she's super fucking hot. I'll have to look her up at some point because like she's got she's got like a pretty thick body, right? But
she's
I don't
tall
know if it's
too, bro.
I don't know if it's just the fucking makeup. They had so much fucking makeup on her, and her fucking jaw. She's got a squarer fucking jaw than I do. Like she's got a square fucking jaw, and. With all the fucking makeup and just being tall like that, all I could think of was fucking RuPaul. All I could think of was RuPaul is wrestling. Wow, wonderful. Look at how strong RuPaul is in this match. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Like I said, that's all him, not me. I was like, man, she's all woman, bro. I think after he made me doubt myself, but no, she's not, man. She's all woman, and look, she reminds me kind of like a Serena Williams type, bro.
Yeah, okay.
But bigger.
I get it. And like I said, she was impressive in terms of like what she's physically capable of doing. But at the same time, every single thing after about the 15-minute mark here looked like these women have practiced this 18 fucking times setting up for this match.
And they still fucked it up.
Rehearsed.
Yeah.
It was so rehearsed.
It was Spot City, man. But there was a few botches too. Even when Kelani Jordan got up on the top rope and done a 450, I think, onto Tiffany Stratton, it looked like she absolutely like splashed her, man, where she looked winded after that fucking move. Kelani, though, man, I'll take my hat off to her, man. She was bumping all over the place, and she looked like she was hurt after that overshot spot. But damn, man, I mean, she did all right for what it was, but she's going to be feeling it today. I did have a feeling Blair Davenport was going to win this match. And to my surprise, in a way, she does actually end up winning the match. And I'm happy because I think she deserves a push. But you know what annoys me, dude? I remember when once upon a time she had a New Zealand accent, bro. Now she talks exactly, you could tell Will Ospreay has totally fucking influenced her, bro. She even says like a lot of similar shit that Ospreay says, and now she sounds like she's from England.
All of that English DNA has changed her accent. That's crazy.
Wow. Ooh, yeah. I mean, her head's a bit, I don't know, but like, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of testosterone in some of these women, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm just saying, I don't know if they're on the gas. It could be the gas, dude. You know what I mean? Really. That's why they got the fucking square jawline. Look at Vacaria, whatever her name is. The Irish chick. Are you telling me she's got the squarest friggin' head I've seen for a female? Even worse than Lash Legend, dude.
Yeah. Very German. Very square head.
Very Deutschland. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. Each to their own. But Blair wins. She does become the number one contender for your NXT Women's Championship. And post-match, Davenport cuts a promo about how she's going to win the title at New Year's Evil. Laura Valkyria comes out to confront her, and Cora Jade then returns to blindside the champion and hold the title bout high in front of our new number one contender. This was dumb, though, dude, because did we
Wait,
really
that was
need
Cora
to see...
Jade?
Yeah, she was in AEW, if you remember, too, at one stage.
Bro, did she went and got gimmicks? She went and got
Bro,
gimmicks.
it's WWE, brother. You need the fucking cans, dude. I'm just saying, it's no secret that they fucking make you get the cans, dude.
Okay, all right, because wow, I was like, that's
look at Serena Deeb.
That's not. Is it? Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that's gorgeous.
Remember Serena Deeb? I don't know if you know this, but she took out her implants right now. But when she was in WWE, she had implants and she had huge. Like I saw recently, like a few punk things with the Straight Edge Society that I hadn't seen in years, and she had hooters, bro. And now she's got none. So yeah, WWE's weird like that, man. You know what I mean? Not only do they want their females to be able to wrestle, but they also want them to be sex symbols. But it's very like bad for them, dude, because a lot of the times their breast implants come out of place and it can kill them, dude. You know what I mean?
I know. It's actually pretty dangerous considering what they are physically supposed to do. It's cool if you tell everybody to get breast implants and then you just do like, I don't know, mud wrestling. That's cool. But if you're gonna have if you're gonna do super athletic matches where people are like taking hard ass fucking bumps and stuff, like it can be damaging to the tissue. Like even if it's so Medium 5 Mike right now is saying that it's specifically if not saline. So like saline are obviously a lot safer because it's just salt water in there, right? But it can still be very damaging to the tissue around that area anyway. Like they're not perfectly safe surgeries. Those are surgeries,
no,
right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So
they go under, bro, literally for that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not that. I like. To me,
Al natural. Man.
I like. Yeah, I like natural, but I like.
You like milk?
Yeah, but I like big, thick women too, right? Like I have a type.
Just not Lash Legend thick, right?
If you're
she's got a good body, bro. Really,
bro. If you took that head off and put a different head on there, I'd be interested.
Oh man, I don't think she's that bad, Chris. God damn it, man. But
again, I've never fucking seen her before. Maybe she's super pretty in other situations, but man, I gotta tell you, like I was looking at her with all that fucking makeup, and that's all I could think was Rue fucking Paul drag show.
You're a character, bro. Well, Josh says, I bet WWE gets a discount on boob jobs. Oh, for sure, dude.
No
Surely.
doubt.
Dr. Andrews in fucking Alabama, bro. I bet you he's the one that does it for WWE. You know how he's their main surgeon? Or used to be. I don't know about now. But apparently, Medium 5 says, Lash used to be Wonder from Living Cup. What? No. Really?
No.
I was going to say, yeah. Don't fuck with me, man. God damn it. I was going to say. Cora's sounding like Tiffany now. I don't know, but Cora Jade. Hey, there's the rat. Look at that little fucking ratika. Little podiki. That's how you say it in Greek. Man, rats are trippy, dude. That one. Why do animals love you, dude? I've noticed it.
Man, animals, little kids, your mom, everything.
What? Hey, whoa. Whoa, calm down, son. calm the fuck down, bro. But anyway, that really threw me fucking off. And you know me, bro. I get thrown off easy, man. I could have a point right now, and then you said that, and I totally fucking forgot where I was at. But look at Medium 5. He's going, oh, I miss my rat.
I know, man. Rats are great pets. There's
plenty of rats.
This little thing, man, has convinced me that I'm going to have rats the rest of my life. I wasn't sure when when my girlfriend first got him. I was like, rat? I don't know. And not because I think they're gross, but just because, like, I've had, like, hamsters before, and they're boring as fuck. Like, they're just boring. Hamsters bore the shit out of me. This little
Really?
thing is like a little like brain with a body like that. You
They're
watch him
not.
sometimes. He's
They're
smart.
smart, dude. They are. No, really. They actually are smart. Here we go. You're going to get a bit of a National Geographic Animal Planet sort of lesson now.
Well,
But
you are
I'll watch the
Australian.
documentary.
So,
Wow, no, we got the reptiles here, bro. Would you
yeah.
eat crocodile, by the way?
I have actually eaten alligator when I was
You
in
have?
Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a thing in Florida. But I guess that would taste the same. But you know, they're pretty much the same fucking shit. Except our crocodiles are the meanest in the world, dude. They'll fucking they'll kill anything. And we're the only ones that got freshwaters, I think, dude, in the world. I didn't know that. I thought there was more freshwater crocs around the world, but they're not. Well, Medium 5 says alligator is great. Apparently crocodile is great also, but you know how expensive it is, man, to get it? I wouldn't touch it, though. I just couldn't do it, man.
Is it pricey? I had it 20 fucking years ago in Florida, like when I was a teenager.
And let me guess, it tasted like chicken, right?
Not exactly.
Oh, good. Because that's what everyone fucking says.
No, it's more of a wild taste alligator. Like it has more of like a wild sort of taste to it, but it's also a little gristly. Like there's kind of gristle like mixed in with the meat quite a bit. At least it was the when I had it. It was
Ew.
it was good, but it was definitely different. Like I've had some strange food before. Alligators like reasonably up there on the list. Not balut weird. Balut is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever eaten, but
Anyway, what Medium 5 was also saying in the chat. But anyway, let's get back to the wrestling instead of talking alligator and crocodile, shall we? Anyway, as I said, Blair Davenport, or Bea Priestley, like Medium 5 says, her OG name, wins the match. Anyway, next we see Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King, formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr. Dude, I feel sorry for the guy, man, because how fake does he look as Lexis King, bro? Let's be real. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it. I don't believe it. You don't believe it. You can change him all you want, man. He's still the same old Brian Pillman Jr., and he kind of sucks, bro.
And who doesn't know that that's Brian Pillman Jr.?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they do tell you. The thing is, this is the weird part, right? They changed his name to Lexis King, right? And they're still telling you that that's Brian Pillman's son. You know what I mean? I mean, even the commentators were still telling you that shit. Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's a good one. Dude, he looks like a more gay Paul, but that's actually a good comparison, man. I agree with that, actually.
He's not wrong.
Turn him into a pirate. Why not?
He's not wrong. And the match was crap. Like
Which is surprising. And that's how bad Pillman is. Because the thing is, Melo can have a good match with just about anybody. And even this match, you know, there was a point. Did you feel like, I don't know if you noticed, but I felt like there was a few potatoes thrown.
There's a couple of spots where it looked like they were getting it in a little bit, but that's all right.
At the very start, when Pillman sort of ran out of the ring, like he done a fucking pretty stiff move. I can't remember exactly, but it was stiff to Melo, and then Melo got upset, it looked like, and he kind of ran out of the ring at the time. And then Melo's like, just come back in the ring, and he sort of held the rope down for him to come back in. I don't know if you remember that spot.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it looked like they were, like I said, laying it in a little bit. It looked like, hey, that was a little stiff. Let me give you one back.
And the crowd weren't into this shit at all, dude.
No, because why would they be? Who gives a fuck who wins between, Melo, who's a legitimate like contender, and somebody who's like, this is a guy who can actually go, and a guy that we should be interested in, and Lexis King.
Yeah, well, Labrat said Melo pulled a Brock to calm King down. It looked like they were ready to scrap, dude, and then, smarter hits prevailed pretty much, and it was like, all right, you know what I mean? It did really look like that, but I don't know. But the thing is, this match was just
Brock
bad.
Doing that to Bron will forever be one of my favorite moments in WWE history.
Absolutely.
Uppercut, left hook. Oh, you're calm now? Okay, good. Calm the fuck down. It's like,
well, it's funny because look at Zane saying, y'all will not disrespect anyone I advocate for. Actually, he's not even the biggest fan of Lash Legend either, funny enough. He thinks she's too ghetto. Too stereotype,
I don't
if you know what I mean.
I just know she got a square ass jaw, and with all that fucking makeup, she looked like RuPaul.
Fuck.
Who do you advocate for, Zane Vicious? Who exactly are we talking about?
Zane is the real wise man.
Yeah. Who are you advocating for that we shall not disrespect? Is it Lexis King? Because if it's Lexis King, yeah, I'm sorry. First of all, that name is fucking garbage. It's hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
That is hot garbage that's been set on fire, run over by a garbage truck, pissed on by a bear, eaten by rabbits, and then shit back out. That is how bad that fucking name is. That is a awful, awful fucking name.
It's a fucking bitch name. Let's be honest, man.
Lexis King. Get the fuck out.
I mean, you might as well call him Alexis Queen at this point. But yeah,
bro, I'm going to tell you exactly.
Young Pillman.
I'm going to tell you exactly what people think when they see Pillman. Okay, they think methany.
Go for it. Yeah, and like we were saying when we're texting each other, watching this shit. Once MJF said what he said to him in his own fucking hometown of Cincinnati,
yeah,
he killed him. He fucking killed him, bro. Like, he destroyed him. And what are you talking about, man? It's a double fucking tribute to what? That's nothing like his dad. I don't give a fuck what you say, Zane. Nothing like his dad.
It's Methany's boy. It's
Methany's boy. He's more like Methany. Mind you, he's a piece of shit too. I'll never forget when his mum died, right? He didn't give a fuck, bro. She came over like apparently 2 days before, and he said this publicly to drop off something. And he told her basically, why are you here? Like, go home. And then she died. What a great son you were, bro.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if she really was a meth head, like,
she was.
There really does come a point if you have an addict in your life where you do have to just kind of cut them out, and it's harder than anything else. I'm being serious. It's actually harder to cut somebody out than to just deal with their shit, which is why most people just deal with their shit. But cutting out the addict in your life who is damaging to you, who makes your life harder, who, does all those kinds of things. It's actually the only way that you can really survive being related to an addict. And
no, you're right.
It's terrible. Like, it's awful. I know from experience, it's awful. It's not fun. But I don't know how else
from experience too, man. No, it's true, man. I mean, shit, my auntie fucking... Anyway, yeah, she committed suicide, but she OD'd on purpose, basically. You know what I mean? She was a heroin addict many years ago. But anyway, so I can totally, relate. But Labrat said they needed to test stronger weed after this match. Yeah. You know what? And I was straight watching this damn match. I wasn't smoking, believe it or not. Fuck. Anyway, let's move on, though, because this match sucked. But Melo does win by pinfall with nothing but net. But post-match, King gets on the mic and tells Hayes it wasn't him that attacked Trick Williams, but he'll thank him for that PLE spotlight. What a fucking idiot, bro. Why would you thank him after you lost, you idiot?
None of this looks good for Pillman.
Yeah, I think he's going to suffer, bro. Like, really. I just think he's going to... I just don't see him succeeding in WWE, man. I think they're going to run out of patience. And, yeah, like, he's done for. I just don't think... He should look at going into another profession, dude. Really.
And it's weird, his MLW run was good. I like
his
MLW
It was
run.
weird. Right, but he went backwards, man. He regressed in fucking AEW, dude. He got destroyed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Which is sad, but it is what it is. And I just don't see him. He hasn't bounced back, man. And he doesn't look comfortable either, Chris.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with the whole Lexis King gimmick is like Zane said, it's a double tribute to his sister and his stepfather, and that is a very nice thing to do. And
is it? That's
maybe he's a very nice guy, and maybe he could find some magic somewhere, but I don't see any brilliance there anymore. And I definitely, man, if you would have asked me just after the Hart Dynasty run in MLW, like, give me 10 guys who are going to be serious, contenders for like wrestling stardom in the next 10 years, I would have named Pillman.
Really?
legitimately. That's how good that run was in MLW. But ever since then, there's just no magic. I don't think that AEW was entirely his fault. I think that he got put into a tag team that was dumb. They were booked once every 6 weeks, like everybody else in AEW. Again, that's been my fucking complaint for the last 4 years. There's no consistency in that company, and it hurts guys. I think it really hurt a guy like Brian Pillman Jr. The fact that he was put into a position where he had to take the absolute ass whipping on the microphone that he did against MJF and then lose in his hometown and then not get anything afterwards. Like, if he would have got taken the pin and then beat the shit out of MJF in the middle of the ring to the point where the fucking stretchers had to be taken out, okay. But no, he just lost a clean match by tap out in his hometown after getting eaten alive in AEW. That kid was buried at that point.
Buried, bro. Buried.
And I just haven't seen any magic in his NXT run. I'd love to see him get it back. Maybe they should sign David Smith. And
I thought you were going to say David Benoit.
No, but maybe they should sign David Benoit. But recreate like a Hart Dynasty or something like that, because that was legitimately really, really good TV. That was good wrestling. And I just haven't seen it from him since. And I want to. I really, really would like to see Brian Pillman Jr. succeed, but at this point, I think the magic is gone.
Yeah, which is sad, man, but it is what it is. But I don't know, man. I don't know what you do with him from here on out, but we'll see. I mean, look, he's still new when it comes to this gimmick, but I don't know, man. This is really the first time I really saw him sort of in this new gimmick. I knew he was this gimmick, but like I said, I've only been paying attention now to NXT on and off for the last 5 weeks, you know what I mean? So Zane says he has plans for a young Benoit. For the
Me
young
too.
Benoit.
I suggested this on the. I suggested what they really should do with David Benoit in AEW is you should have him debut, and right after he wins his debut, Christian's music hits.
Oh,
and if you don't get why that's funny, go fuck yourself.
That would be brilliant, though, man. If only he stuck around for a bit longer, man, we would have definitely gotten that. But unfortunately, we didn't. Josh says he misses the MLW Hart Dynasty. It's true. Zane says no. Come on, Zane. Come on, bro.
Fuck you, Zane. I'm booking.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, next we move on, though, from that matchup. We see Cora Jade is interviewed backstage. She says she bets lots of women in that locker room are shocked to see her back, and now that she's back, she's going to take this place to a whole new level. As for her next move, we'll see her apparently on Tuesday. But next, we get the man. I don't know how you feel about him, right? But for me, bro, he whoops that trick, man. I mean, seriously, man, he's pretty over. If you watch him, especially at other events, the crowd lose their shit for this guy. With the whoop that trick chant. I love it, man. And that's what he says. I love it. That's what Booker T says too. Yeah, man. Anyway, and we see him backstage with Carmelo Hayes, and he rolls up and Trick says he owes him an apology and that they're all good. He congratulates Melo on whipping King's ass and says this is his time, and Hayes tells him to whoop that trick. And that leads us to the next matchup, Chris. It is the men's edition of the NXT Championship #1 contenders Iron Survivor fucking challenge match between Bron Breakker, Donovan Dijak, Josh Briggs, Trick Williams, and Tyler Bate. Man, again, you know how I feel about Donovan Dijak, right? Or I'll call him Dijak Dickhead, whatever the fuck. Yes, he's a squarehead. Yes, I don't like his kind. And I think he's a big goof, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I like Dijak. I think
Don't
he's a
fucking
good.
tell me that.
I think he's a good mid carder. I really think that they've actually kind of missed the boat with him.
Dude,
I
he's
really
so
liked.
monotone, man.
So I really liked at a moment here. They him and the other big guy. What the fuck was his name?
Oh, Briggs.
Briggs. They sort of teamed up for a bit there, and I was
Those
seeing visions
moonsaults
of
were
Chronic.
impressive.
I was seeing
Right, yeah.
visions of Chronic in WCW. Give me a big Haas tag team. I like that. That's a good. It would be good for both of them. I think you could get Dijak in a more favorable position, and also you could get Briggs. A lot of experience with somebody who's been around the block for a while. Like I think that would be a good idea for them. Period.
I know. Oddly enough, when you said that, I saw the vision straight away. I'm like, you know what? I can actually get down with that, even though I can't stand Dijak. Hey, I couldn't stand Ethan Page, but at one stage, he earned my respect. And you know how I feel about his kind. Just saying. And I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm surprised. No shit, we didn't get blocked by Ethan Page after what you said. And you tagged me, you funny guy. I'm like, what the fuck? He surely would have seen that. There wasn't many comments in that fucking comment section. But it would have been funny if he's like, if he reacted to it. But anyway, we didn't get blocked, so that's good. But anyway, you said you had the Chronic vibes, and I like that. I had the Power and Glory vibes for some reason. But that double moonsault was something else. That looked good. We'll see. Maybe they will go. I mean, they're teasing it by them doing that, right?
It seemed to be that's what they were indicating, that there's a possibility of them getting together as a tag team. And again, I like Haas tag teams. I wish they would do more of them in wrestling, period. Like I'm still a little perplexed at why they released Authors of Pain and they haven't done anything with them since. Because that's a good tag team to have for your tag team division. And yes, they need to be successful more often than not, but you can push them as a monster team who lose the occasional big match to the good guys because they're not very bright.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that gimmick. That can be a perfectly successful heel gimmick in wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't know what Zane's on about here, right? But he says he had plans for young Benoit. Are you saying you're going to turn him into the new Junkyard Dog?
Instead of the rabid Wolverine, he's the Junkyard Dog. We're just...
He's got rabies. You get it? Rabid Wolverine? Come on. I know it's a cheesy joke, but come on, man. We can call him fucking the rabies-infected David Benoit. Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking funny, though. But the Junkyard Benoit sounds funny to me, bro. But I'm sure he's not saying that. But he also asked me, which one is Paul Roma, Jimmy? That's a good question because, none of them are actually that small like Roma. Because Roma was kind of short and shit. Hercules was the big guy.
He was an angry motherfucker, too. I've seen some interviews with Paul
Roma. He's fucking, dude, don't let his size fool you. He's a fucking tough bastard, bro. And a crazy one at that, too.
A very angry man.
He's got little man syndrome. I mean, come on. He means Trick, apparently.
Trick is the new Junkyard Dog.
No, bro. Come on, man.
The new Coco Beware. He's the new D'Lo Brown.
No. The new Slickster, bro.
He's the new Scorpion 5000 or whatever. He's the new
Flash Funk.
Let's just name all of the black wrestlers.
I was going to say that.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ. I know that
Welcome
sounds
to
bad.
Vince McMahon's NXT review.
Yeah, pal. Yeah. It's like, what up, my Nigels? Well, Zane said NXT is Mid-South. Oh, no, bro. Mid-South is way more hardcore, first of all, compared to NXT. Oh, man. Come on, bro. I don't know if I can take these guys serious sometimes. I know he trolls a lot. You know what I mean? But sometimes I don't know if he's being serious or he's fucking around. But apparently he's serious. Anyway, Tyler Bate got thrown around like a little piece of shit in this match. There was some spots where as he should. And that's why when you said about What was that spot you were telling me again?
I didn't like the finish. I did not like the finish of this match for one reason and one reason only. And listen, I really like Trick Williams. I like, other than his catchphrase is stupid, it doesn't make any fucking sense because he's Trick.
What that trick?
What do you mean?
You know what a trick is, right?
And that's the other thing. A trick is a fucking prostitute. So is he the prostitute?
Kick the shit out of the prostitute.
Is he beating up prostitutes? Is that his gimmick?
He's beating up prostitutes.
His gimmick is to beat up prostitutes. So,
well, if you're gonna whoop that trick,
listen,
you know what I mean?
Jimmy. Sex work is work.
Dead serious. It's a late period. There we go. There's his answer.
Other than that, I really like Trick Williams. That guy's got basically everything you would want out of like a star wrestler. You can make Trick Williams a star. He's
still young, bro. Absolutely, he's still very young, and he organically got over.
Here's what I hated. Okay, and
go for it.
Listen. This is the thing with me, right? I'm gonna call things out when they're great. I'm gonna call things out when they're fucking terrible. All right,
as you should.
So he gets knocked down towards the end. He pins one of the guys, and then he gets knocked down by Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate comes and he hits him with that corkscrew from the top, right? It hits him with the corkscrew from the top. It's a big move. It's meant to be basically a signature for Tyler Bate, right? This is what leads into his finish.
To his, what's it called? The 97 move, the fucking, what's it called again? Fucking, I'm going blank, bro. What's wrong with me, bro?
I don't know what Tyler Bate does. The mustache.
The Tyler Driver 97. The Tyler Driver 97. That's what.
Yeah, the mustache ride. So before he gives the mustache ride, he does the corkscrew from the top. So it's meant to be a signature that leads into a finish. Okay, right. Tiger Driver. So he hits him with the corkscrew, and then he picks him up, and then Trick is suddenly just not hurt at all. Rolls him up for a 1-2-3.
Yeah.
There was no reason why that had to be a spot in the match, why you had to completely no-sell that corkscrew. Okay? You could have very easily, and I think much better, had a situation where Tyler's up, he's tired because it's at the end of a 25-minute match. You see him stutter step for a second, catch his balance, and then go for the corkscrew. And instead of just laying there and taking it, Trick rolls out of the way. Tyler eats shit. Trick rolls over him. 1-2-3. Right? Now you haven't no-sold the fucking move. Right? So you're not burying the fucking corkscrew anymore. You're not looking like, oh, I'm Superman. I don't get hurt by moves. I can just easily do a roll-up now, even though I just got hit by a move, which is wrong and stupid and bad. And you've just done things the right way. I don't understand why that's hard for people to understand, or why you seem to be pushing back so hard against it. That's a logical spot. What they
I'll
did
tell you
was
why
just,
I'll push.
Fuck it.
Well, for me,
Tyler Bate is nothing.
But look how many big guys were in this match, and then you had Tyler Bate.
Yep. Bate
you know
had three fucking pins in this match.
Look, man, for me, I can understand why he no-sold Tyler Bate, because he's a fucking little pipsqueak, bro. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, I mean, is he really going to hurt you? Like, think about it. Unless he does his Tiger Driver.
But that's not how he's booked. So if he's not booked that way, then you got to fucking sell things the proper way. He's booked as a serious contender. If he hits his signature on you, you should sell it, at least for a couple of seconds.
I mean, fair enough. Who's the big strong boy? Not Tyler Bate, surely, unless you're talking about Bron. Everyone says in the chat that Bron had the best strategy. I disagree, because did he win? You know what I mean? I mean, if he had the best thing going, then he should have won. But yeah, he came in like a brick shithouse and a house on fire. But he comes across as big and dumb, bro. If that makes sense. Like, I'm big, stupid. You think so?
Yeah, he's supposed to. The Steiners had a very similar gimmick. Like,
yeah, but I mean, Scott Steiner wasn't that stupid. Come on, Steiner math, bro.
Steiner was mentally unstable, bro. That was his gimmick. My head is not screwed on right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I mean, he was savage. And the thing is, Bron comes out with a fucking wolf fucking head. Why? And he barks like a dog. I know his dad barked like a dog, But no more barking like dogs, bro. I mean, I'm just saying.
Also, famously, wolves howl.
Yeah, yeah. Facts. He should be going, oh, 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 instead of oof, oof. Like a seal, bro. He sounds like a seal doing it. Anyway.
Arf.
Yeah. Anyway, Bron does not win, but in the end, it was Trick Williams that does win the match, having earned 4 falls and becoming the number 1 contender to the NXT Championship. But then we go backstage, we see Dragon Lee getting presented the NXT North Americana Championship by Rey Mysterio, as we see Josh Briggs flipping out on Brooks Jensen, who gives both him and Fallon Henley a pep talk for how well they did. And then we see Metaphor rolling on them and a brawl breaks out thanks to that little shithead in Noam Dar. Can't stand that little fuck.
Noam Dar needs to be somebody's manager. That's not a wrestler. That's not a wrestler.
Someone needs to whoop that trick, bro. I mean, I can't stand Noam Dar, bro. He's a little fucking pipsqueak, dude. Like, really, I know Zane fucking loves him, but shit, man, you love a lot of little fucks, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, he's a little Scottish guy. Think about it. a little Jewish Scottish guy.
Zane has a thing for petite white men. That's interesting.
And he calls his own fucking peeps like Lash Legend. Like, anyway. What's up with you, Zane? You weird dude. We're fucking with you. Look. Pause. It should have been psych. We love you, Zane. We're just fucking with you, bro. You know how it is. But anyway, yeah. So that was that. Metaphor is just, I hate Metaphor, man. I get it, the name Metaphor, but very cute, but still. Now after this, I thought we're up to the main event, Chris. Even when I was looking,
you told me it was.
I was looking at the matches, dude. I kid you not, and it did not say that match. But I remember that they were going to have a match once I saw it. But it was Kiana James versus Roxanne Perez in a steel cage match. And this has got to be one of the worst cage matches I've seen in my life, dude.
Yeah, this was my piss break. And then I was looking at my phone. And then
so was I.
Twitter. I don't know, man. It was women in a cage. There was no blood.
Why though? Like really, this was useless. They didn't need to be in a cage, man. I don't like seeing two little petite women in a fucking cage. Just doesn't look right to me, dude.
Yep.
And they were just, all they were doing was just throwing each other into the cage, especially what's her name? Kiana James pretty much tossing around Perez into the cage. Booker T, though, is in love with Perez because, she was his student. As a matter of fact, when she won the NXT Women's Championship, he was crying, bro, legitly, which was a cool sight. And she's still only a baby. Most of these women are babies, obviously. I don't know what sort of future Roxanne Perez has, but I can see her going up to the main roster and becoming some sort of a big deal, I guess. But nevertheless, Kiana James wins by pinfall with a chair-assisted code breaker. Like I said, man, I just wasn't interested in this match. Maybe I was gassed out by this point because I was expecting the main event. But, yeah, I mean, it was two petite women that look like they don't even brawl, but they were in a cage. So, yeah, cool, I guess. But
fucking lab rat's comment.
I just looked into the darkness during this match. Labrad's a fucking character, man. Hey, Labrad, you're Latino, aren't you, bro? Are you from Canada or the States, man? Is he Canadian or fucking States?
No, he's Canadian.
But I think he's Latino background, if memory serves me right. Tell me if I'm telling
lies,
German. Labrad.
I'm German, but I'm also Canadian.
Well, I'm Greek and I'm Australian, so there you go. Well, Josh also says Roxanne's also a former Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Yeah, so what? She's good, though. She's good. But WWE halted her championship run for some reason. Oh, yeah. See, I told you. He's from California and Latino. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Imagine this was... do you think it could possibly be? I swear to God, lad, Brad, if you are who I think it is... oh, God damn it.
Yeah, Revan said he's Latino in Canada. There you go.
There you go. There we go. But what type
See,
of
Jimmy's
Latino?
problem is that he sees all Latinos as one
No, I fucking
amalgamation.
don't, bro.
So-
No, man. I've got plenty of Latino friends here. For example, with Latinos, there's a lot of Chileans, a lot of Argentinians. Believe it or not, there's even Mexicans down here, bro. As a matter of fact, one of our best boxers is Mexican Australian. Fact.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. But I don't know why Mexicans would come all the way here. It's kind of bizarre, but they're here. But there's a lot of Argentinians as well. A lot of Colombians. Yeah, I mean, that's the main Latino sort of group here. But yeah, what sort of Latinos?
My grandma on my dad's side grew up in Colombia, so I'm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me or are you being for real?
No, she was 1 year old when she moved from Germany, and she was 16 when she moved home.
Dude, there was a lot of Germans that immigrated to like Latino countries, as a matter of fact, especially Argentina, Uruguay. There's a lot of Uruguayans too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That little guy with the mustache, when you showed me that video, is funny. He was in fucking Argentina, bro. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There's a lot of evidence with that.
He might have been. Fuck.
Anyway, I assume Labrat is Mexican, right? Because he's from California. I know I'm being stereotyped here, but you know,
that's very
California.
Stereotypical. But also, it's a good chance that's right. Yeah.
Right. But revamped. What Latino race are you, man? If you're from Canada, I've got a feeling. Could he be something like a Colombian or something like that, South American? Shall I say?
Yeah, it could be. There's lots of immigrants in Canada. My mom's best friend, all through the time I was growing up, was Maribel. She was from Mexico. They hooked her up with one of my dad's friends, so she moved up here.
Oh.
They had kids. Their kids were like my best friends growing up. So I've been around Mexicanos my entire life, but revamped his family
El
is
Salvadorian. Mucha Salvatura, bro.
That's cool. I have a cousin, Luis, who my dad's sister married someone. Her first husband was from Chile, and so his son is
Chileans are crazy, bro.
His son is my cousin, Luis, who's Chilean. So.
No, I love Chileans, man. There's a lot of El Salvadorians here too, man. As a matter of fact, one of my close friends, I don't really see him anymore. He disappeared.
Highlight
David.
Lab Rat's comment.
How dare you stereotype me? But you're right. Lab Rat, you're a fucking funny cunt, bro. Fucking funny cunt, man. Straight up. But man, I love El Salvadorians, man. Mexicans and El Salvadorians, man, they're both crazy. I think El Salvadorians, though, are more crazier, bro. El Salvador.
That's right. The
Absolutely.
savior.
Yeah. And, you know, the war was bad over there, man, if I remember right. That's why a lot of them, you know, immigrated all over the world, of course. But, yeah, I love El Salvadorians. I love Mexicans. I love all Latinos, man. You're all crazy fucks, but literally.
A lot of South America, really, it's weird. Like, when you look at South American history, especially recent South American history, it's actually very reminiscent of Africa in that it gets ignored so much. It's fucking crazy, man. Like,
yeah,
I like fucking what's his name over there in Venezuela is just like saying they're gonna annex parts of another fucking country, and we get like
Chavez, he's dead
and
now.
we get like zero fucking coverage. Nobody cares. One country is just gonna annex part of another fucking country, and it's like, oh well. But yeah, dude, El Salvador right now is kicking ass because their president was just like,
I didn't know
okay, everyone who's in the gang, you're going to jail forever.
Well, look how many fucking, you know, MS-13 members are in those jails, man. I mean, seriously, they're getting deported from the States and all over the world, man. But
bro, and Western, you hear all the time on Western media how like it's unfair. He's locked up people just for having gang tattoos. Man, I know people in El Salvador. Everybody I know in El Salvador is like, woo, our president is fucking awesome. Yeah.
El Salvadorians get a bad rap, dude, usually, man. And really, they're great people. Like I said, man, I had a close friend, Dave, who was, you know, his family's from El Salvador, born here. But And he was like one of the best dudes, man. Big pretty boy though, but he was cool. But Revamp does say over 40k gang members have been imprisoned. That's hectic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And Labrat says, haha, you're so right.
Because seriously though, man, Western media is like, this guy is bad, and everyone in that fucking country is like, no, this guy's awesome. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. You guys don't need to live in El Salvador. We live in El Salvador, and if you live in El Salvador right now, you love that president because he just came in and was like, no, you're not going to abuse our people anymore. That's
well, about time, man. Because like Revamp says, he goes, wrong, Jimmy, that's passe. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm only going by what my El Salvadorian friends used to tell me, about how it was and shit. I don't even know what's going on with El Salvador these days, but thank you for the lowdown.
It's awesome right now.
Really?
Like,
wow.
It's awesome.
Well,
it's a lot like the Philippines. It's a lot like the Philippines after, was it Maduro?
It did remind me of the Philippines by the way the president is fucking everyone up. Like the guy in the Philippines is arresting everyone, drug dealers, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And guess
Crazy
what?
Fucker.
Most of the regular fucking people in the Philippines are like, good. Do more.
Yeah, true. I mean, there's a lot of problems in the Philippines though, man. But Revamp says it was a nightmare. It's Miami. Wow. I mean, come on.
It's great now. It's great right now.
He says, can he come over here to the States? Who?
Fucking rights, man. El Salvador's president. Yeah. Can El Salvador's president? Yeah. Can just about any fucking world leader come over to the States right now? Would be great. Except you don't want Canada's. Trust me, Lab Rat. You don't want Canada's.
Well, I thought you said President Bukaki, bro, for a second. Then I had to look back like twice. What's his name? Bukele. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that the president of El Salvador? Look at fucking Larry. Now we have standard. He's a fucking funny
I thought
cunt,
we
man.
did too, and then we rehired this guy after he.
Trudeau fucked you guys up. Like when we were looking at the dollar difference, I was shocked at that we passed his by, a little bit. But oh yeah, he says yes. Oh, cool. Oh, this is interesting. I like to learn about our listeners, man, because fucking, half the listeners, we don't know what their background is and whatnot, but I do remember Labrat saying he was Latino. I just wasn't sure if he was Canadian or fucking American. But anyway, let's move on and get back to the wrestling because we are finally at the main event, Chris. It is Baron Corbin versus Ilja, as Media M5 likes to say, Dragunov. Get it? Haha. Jeez. Yeah. No, but anyway, Ilja Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Now, I won't lie, Chris. I actually like Corbin in NXT. I think he's so much better, dude. He just comes across as much more of a bigger deal. Except I had a lot of high expectations in this match. Sorry,
he's valuable in NXT.
He is. He's underrated, bro.
He's extremely underrated as a worker. He's very safe, clearly. They keep putting him in big fucking matches against their big up-and-coming stars because they know that he's going to give them some, he's going to give them experience. He's going to show them how to do things the WWE way. He's going to be safe. He looks big and strong. There's lots of things that you can nitpick about Baron Corbin. Like, they talk about how he's a bare knuckle or how he's a fucking gold gloves boxing champion.
Yeah, that's legit, bro.
That's cool. But I watched him multiple times today throw punches that looked like they connected on the bottom of his hand or on his pinky knuckle.
Are you trying to say that he can't throw fucking worked punches?
I'm trying to say that that's not how you throw a fucking punch.
That's true. You don't punch like this, like a hammer fucking punch.
No, and you absolutely don't connect with your fucking pinky knuckle, or
you'll break your fucking pinky, bro. Yeah, exactly.
It will
literally break it.
You punch with those two knuckles. That is what you connect with every single time.
And
you connect with that, you're gonna fucking break somebody. And if you connect like that with the bottom of your fucking hand, you're gonna break your fucking hand. So
it's facts.
Fix it.
I didn't notice that, to be honest, Chris. And usually he's not that bad. And I'm sure he knows better, but maybe he's paranoid he's going to actually, like, because he was a boxer, maybe he was paranoid he was going to, like, I don't know, man. That was kind of weird. But this match, I don't know, dude. Did it feel underwhelming for you?
It was very underwhelming, in fact. I would even go as far as to say that it was boring.
Yeah, it was. I hate to say it because this match had good hype going into it. But you know what? I love Ilja Dragunov, right? But I can't help but look at him and think, this guy's so small, though, man.
He's very small, and also, man, he sold for a big chunk of this match, which is fine, I guess.
Did.
But
it was AEW style, bro. This whole thing, this match was even AEW style, bro.
It did remind me more of an AEW style, and I don't know. I didn't like it, and I like both these guys. I have high hopes for Ilja Dragunov's career. Like, I really think that if nothing else, he's going to be like a mainstay in that Intercontinental Championship division kind of thing. This kid could have a really, really good career, and Corbin is vastly underrated in what he brings to the table, especially in NXT on a developmental brand. But yeah, this match was not good. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. The match wasn't good. Dragunov tends to sell dead way too quick in a match,
and he's too expressive with his selling too. I feel
so he can't build to it. Right, that's the problem. Is that, like, you can have a match like this where the babyface sells and sells and sells and sells and sells, and then he comes back with a hope spot and the finish and everything like that, and it's a big comeback. But you have to build to that, right? Whereas with Dragunov, he starts off, like, as soon as he takes a fucking punch, like, right, the first fucking thing he takes, basically, he falls down, and he doesn't just fall down, his head throws backwards and his eyes roll to the back of his head, and he falls down, and he's selling dead right off the fucking back. So
he's over expressive about it too. It's annoying.
So then where do you go from there? You've got another 20 minutes left to entertain me. Where do you go from there?
There was a lot of rolling all over the map, bro, in this match to waste time, it felt like, man.
And then just some illogical stuff, too, that I didn't like. At one point, he tried to pick up Corbin for a pile driver, but he couldn't because, my ribs. Oh, I can't with my ribs. And then Corbin rolled to the outside, and Corbin stood up. And then what did Ilja Dragunov do? He ran over and lifted his leg up over the top rope and kicked Baron Corbin in the face with his leg. Bro, if you've ever had a rib injury,
you can't do that kick. Yeah, you can't. No way. And it hurts bad. A rib injury, as minor as it is, it fucking hurts, man. You cannot do shit.
So I broke my rib in a boxing match, and
from a nice fucking body blow.
I just got hit right. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was
just one of those sweet spots, like bang, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I hate those, man.
So I broke a rib. And for the next, like, I don't know, probably for the next full month, I dreaded if I had to sneeze. If I could feel a sneeze coming on, I would almost start crying because I knew how much it was gonna fucking hurt. It was like, oh no, please, no, no. And it's just like death. Death in your fucking ribs when you've got an injured rib. So to sell your rib so badly that I can't even pick this guy up for a pile driver, but I can lift my whole fucking leg up over my head over the top rope to kick this guy in the face. Just wrong.
Yeah. No.
That's not correct.
I agree with that. And that's where his shindy fucking shit comes out, bro. That's what that shit is. Like, and don't get me wrong, we love Dragunov, but he still has so much to learn. And that's probably why he hasn't been on the main roster yet, even though people think he's been overcooked in NXT. And to an extent, I agree. But then when you point shit out like that, you can absolutely understand why he's still in NXT, dude.
Well, and not just that, but the dude, he works as if he's having an actual fucking fight. Like,
Yeah, and he's
He's
pretty
throwing-
stiff too, dude.
Yeah,
he's
a
very
stiff
stiff. Yeah,
motherfucker. If I'm
absolutely.
Randy Orton and the WWE comes to me and they show me some tape of Ilja Dragunov and they're like, "Hey, we
I'm
want
like,
you
I
to
don't want
work
to
with
work
this
with this
kid,"
guy.
I'd be like, "No."
No way, especially with his back and all that shit. Fuck, he shouldn't even be wrestling. Period. The fact that he's come back as quick as he has,
Yep.
in many ways, fused back, bro. Think
Right.
about
Or
that.
if you're anybody on the main roster
Two
who's
fusions in his back.
used to, or who's wrestling and is generally like injurable, right? Like there are some guys who are just not that durable, right? If I'm CM Punk, I'm not working with that fucking kid.
Hell no. Woo. You kidding me? The guy breaks his leg just walking on the fucking guardrail. What are you talking about?
I'm not. I broke my fucking leg the last time I jumped into the crowd. I don't want to match with that guy. He's gonna hurt me.
Fuck that.
So I mean, he's got to calm down a little bit too if he wants to really get onto the main roster and get booked properly. Because I know it's his style, but like he's got to figure out how to do it without. I mean, I don't know if he's hurting people, but it really looks like he is.
I've heard he has, like, a few times from what I've read, man. And when you do watch him in all his matches, the guy lays it in, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's because he's small and he needs to, like, emphasize his stiffness sort of thing because of his size. That could be the reason. But at some stage, I've heard stories where a lot of wrestlers kind of don't like working with him at times. You know what I mean? Because he's very high energy. He's got, like, it's like he's flying on coke, bro, all the time. He's just like, pa, 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 pa. You know what I mean? Like,
my girlfriend, when we were watching this, and my girlfriend actually was like, I wonder how many guys in wrestling are suffering from ADHD. And I was like,
he's just got this energy, man. I don't even know where he gets it from, man, but he's something else, man. Labrat says Corbin is like the new Miz for working. I can see that. He's definitely getting his comeuppance for sure, man, these days. But he was on the brink of being released, that's for sure. NXT revived his career for sure. But yeah, man, this match should have been better. It just wasn't, and it went for a good 30 minutes, dude.
Yeah, it's too long.
Way too long. Nevertheless, Dragunov does win by pinfall with the Torpedo Moscow retaining the NXT Championship. I don't know why it's spelled as Moskau, but still pronounced as Moscow.
I think that's like the more correct spelling of it or whatever.
What, the Russian fucking way?
Probably.
Okay, interesting. Well, whatever. It's the Torpedo Moscow, really. But anyway, post-match, Ilja celebrates with the title when Trick Williams once again comes out to remind him he's the number one contender. And Carmelo Hayes also comes out right behind him. And that's the show. And that was that, Chris. So we finally made it at a good 1 hour and 30 minutes. I think we've pretty much covered everything we can possibly cover with this show. I just wish it was a lot better. I almost felt guilty making you watch this shit, bro. I was expecting so much more, man.
Well, I felt really, really mad at you, so I'm glad that you feel guilty. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was good. It was fine. I mean, it's fun sometimes to get into NXT and just sort of see what's going on with the developmental brand and like to have an idea of who's coming up next and who looks like they've got some serious potential in that. And I didn't see a lot during this pay-per-view. Trick Williams, yes. Mello, yes. Bron Breaker's probably, ready to come up.
He's over.
Roxanne Perez is probably ready to come up. Everybody else can stay there a little while.
Yeah, there's a few that need to, cook some more. But yeah, look, when you watch NXT and you watch the main roster, what confuses me before we go is that are they truly, and I keep asking this question to everybody, and I'll get different answers, but I'm going to ask you this. Does NXT truly get you prepared for the main roster? Because I feel like they're two different things, man. The way they do things, in NXT, and the way they do things on the main roster, which confuses me because if you're supposed to get people ready, wrestlers ready for the main roster, shouldn't you be doing shit differently?
Yeah, like if you want to get people ready for the main roster, you need to be getting them ready for the main roster. And I realize that they're doing some things to get people ready. They're making sure that they understand how to work to the camera, right? They're making sure that they
For
understand,
sure.
the formatting of a WWE thing where it's like, okay, we've got segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, we've got a break. We've
Right.
got segment 4, segment 5, segment 6, we got a break, right there. So they're figuring those kinds of things out, and I know that probably helps get a lot of guys ready,
Right.
guys and girls ready. But by most accounts, when you watch people who have been called up from NXT, it's still, at least until recently, it has still been nightmarishly different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's strange, bro.
most people, when they come up to the main roster, they do tend to still need, time to adjust. And I'm not sure how much of that is thanks to Vince McMahon having been in charge until very recently, and how much that might get a little bit ironed out with Triple H now kind of being in charge.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of wonder.
Oh,
But
interesting.
we'll see.
Uh,
But it's definitely a we'll see situation where, like, they
eh,
do get people kind of ready, but not ready. I don't think there's still an adjustment period.
Right. Well, Revamp says everybody else can eat a fat one. I don't know who you're talking about, but if they
Everybody
want to
other
eat
than the
dick.
people I mentioned can eat a dick.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough. Labrat says no because they work on character, then they go up and have to start from scratch and they fail. I think they overact actually in NXT where it comes across as fake, like it's too fake, like everything comes across as fake. And Revamp does say yep,
Yeah,
but
it's not consistent, and that is a problem, Lab Rat. Like, that really is definitely a problem between NXT to WWE to the main roster. And a big problem is that they don't push people, right? It feels it feels like NXT really understands how to create stars, so they do create stars in NXT.
they actually do, right?
And then they move up to the main roster, and the main roster, again, I don't know if it's going to change now that Vince is mostly out, right? But until very recently, Vince's idea has been WWE is the star. That's the marquee. It's not Hogan versus Andre on the marquee. It's
Right.
WWE Monday Night Raw. And
That's
fuck
the
you,
marquee,
you're gonna
right?
like
Yep.
whoever's wrestling on the fucking show, because you're not coming to see them. You're coming to see my company and the company that I fucking created. And you're coming to see Raw, you plebs. You fucking useless sacks of shit. Give me
That's how
my
he really
fucking
thinks.
money
Yep,
for
100%.
WWE Raw. That's what you're
Preach.
fucking paying me for, is for Raw. You're paying me for red fucking ropes and red fucking letters and some fucking explosions at the fucking entranceway. That's what you're actually paying me for, you fucking useless. That's been Vince McMahon's, like, business plan over the
God damn it,
last
pal. Yeah.
last 15 years or so, at least. So, yeah.
I mean, this guy used to make guys that were bad. Now, picture this. Picture CM Punk coming back in, say, the year 2002, 2003, 4, after what happened. I promise you this. He would have made sure that CM Punk would have kissed his fucking backside. If you remember all that. The guys that had issues with the company literally had to kiss his ass, bro.
They all have to come
Kiss
back and
my
do a
ass,
segment
club.
where they're literally hugging Vince McMahon backstage. It's
Fuck
disgusting.
her up, punk. Hey, I'm telling you, dude. It's bizarre. Revamp says for some reason I don't see Labrat on the chat. Well, that's odd because maybe because he's on, I don't know which one, because we're simulcasting between the PWC and Hamin Media Group. So one of you guys could be there and the other one could be over there. So maybe that's why. Or he's blocked you. I don't know. No, I'm joking. I'm sure he hasn't.
Lab Rat's
But
Lab Rat's just like, there can be only one Latino.
yeah, in North America. Unless he's on Twitch. He's not on Twitch, he's on YouTube, man. I just don't know what channel. But in saying that though, Chris, I think we should take it home, man. So if you had to give it a grade, what would it be, man? This one's a tough one, but
So I have to try to, like, grade it on a curve because I don't care about the stories, right? I haven't been watching enough to care about the stories, but from everything I understand, the pay-per-view didn't seem to care much about the stories. Nothing really progressed much. So, I don't know, man. I guess I'd go with a C. A C minus. Like, it wasn't a good show.
Being generous, right?
People worked hard. You could tell that everybody was working hard. But this felt like a developmental show. It didn't feel like a pay-per-view.
Fair call. Yeah, no, that explains a lot. Exactly. Literally, like Zane says. And I agree. I mean, but it's a weird C, bro. Because I can easily give it a D. Because it overhyped. You know what I mean? It was sort of overhyped. I'll agree. I'll go C minus, man.
I can tell you this much. I can tell you that if it was filled with more petite white guys, Zane would also give it a D.
That does explain a lot now.
I'm just fucking with you, Zane. We love you, man.
The non-wrestling talk that Brett says was the best thing on this PWC. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is that a compliment?
It genuinely generally is. Labrat, I don't know, man. This is what we do.
Yeah, I know. Lately, we've been fucking sort of going away from the wrestle talk. You know what I mean? A lot lately. Because a lot of the shit sucks.
We
need to talk
about something. Like 45 minutes the other day on this.
Zane Vicious says, hey, what, man?
Zane.
What's up?
Sorry, Zane.
Yeah. Well, C's all around for us, man. C minuses, but in saying that, Chris, tell them where they can find you, brother.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm at ChrisAmbs1. You can go there to see everything I have to say about pro wrestling, politics, and whatever the hell else comes to my mind. You can find me right here, wherever you're listening to us right now. Whether you're listening to us on channelattitude.com, you can find me right here for Rampage Uncaged, and also tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning. After the collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
The wreckage with me, Jimmy T, and the VET Vet. You can also find me right here. If you happen to be listening to us on the PWC network, you can find me right here on the PWC network. You can find me right here wherever you're listening to me. That's where you can find me. Also, if you really want to try, you can find me in Lake of the Woods, Northwestern Ontario. But don't, because I don't want you to find me. If you want to try, you can, but there are 14,000 islands on this lake, and I don't think you're going to have any luck.
And a whole bunch of trees, man. He basically lives in a fucking forest, man. Seriously. When you showed me around kind of thing, my mind was blown by how many trees was all around. And then land. You know what I mean? Like, but I love that. That's pretty awesome, man. But anyway, yeah. I mean, tomorrow after the collision, we do sift through the wreckage. 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. And but if you want to follow me, you can on the Twitter or the X, whatever you want to fucking call it, at DJ Mass Effects. And also you can follow us at the PWC Network. And also like and subscribe right here at the pwcnetwork.podbean.com for all our shows. And also at haminmediagroup.podbean.com for all our affiliate shows. And channelattitude.com, where for $5, not only do you get the realest talk in professional wrestling, but you also get the best. And I think that's a wrap, Chris. So in saying that, thank you everyone in the chat that was interacting with us. It is late and you guys are all great. Thank you, Labra, and thank you all you guys. Revamped. I want to check your calls out for WB2K. I hope you got some good ones, man. And if you got a Twitter, I'll probably start following you. Josh, thank you as per usual. Zane, you're always funny. You always make us laugh. So it's always a pleasure, man. And everybody else that joined us, like Liz, Yosef, and there's a few others I'm not even going to bother going through. But in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is Chris Ambs. And you've been listening and watching the PWC HMG NXT DeadLine 2023 post-game show right here on the PWC Network and in Hamin Media Group. And we're out.
Olay! Pasa fuera, motherfuckers.
Yes, us.
Good soul, both been in bad hands, I could deal damage. Yeah, real damage. Both hands in the air as I scream out prayers. My demons show their face in the midnight air. Set sail in a codeine bottle, I'ma drown in it, drown in it. Shit fills me up, but whatever goes up goes down in it, down. though, yes, crack a smile with it, smile with it. Now I'm frowning again, life goes so fast, watch it blow in the wind. Can't get time back, I've been begging for it. Fucked up, I did, fucked up, I am. Here we go again. Abandoning all ships, it's about to go down, no Titanic. There's a lot going on in my head right now, but I manage. Good heart, good soul, both been in bad hands. I could deal damage, real damage. Both hands in the air as I scream out prayers. My demons show their face in the midnight air. Midnight air. Midnight air. Midnight air. I'ma drown in here. Midnight air. Running in the midnight air. Drowning in the Titanic.
Huh? What you gotta say? Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Ooh. What you gotta say? Ooh. Lil Pump. Damn. Ooh. Yeah. What you gotta say? What you gotta say? What you gotta say? What you gotta say? Pull up in the race, flexing every day, Gucci everything, Louis everything. What you gotta say? 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 Bitch, you getting paid. Bitch, you getting laid. Spend it in a day. Spend 100,000 on motherfucking May. Swear to God, put it on my ground for a grave. I'll go and park two Molly to the face. Hop in a Lambo like we won a fucking race. Niggas get mad cause I...
Yo, what's up, niggas and niggas? NWA is back in this motherfucker.
1990 motherfucking one. NWA back in this motherfucker. Yo, taking out all you commercialized ass niggas. And we on this laid back track. And we doing this one kinda smooth. So what you gonna do, Dre? Kick it.
And so on, let the shit flow on. Because I need something to go off on. The motherfucking DRE serving a death wish. So I'ma hit you like this. Early in the morning, hop into the BNZ. I got 44 ways of getting paid. Sitting in my lap as I roll up the Compton blocks. To scoop up Ren, I heard shots. 1, 2, 3. Then I seen a nigga hop in the fence and it was Ren on the motherfucking trigger. He got in the Benz and said, Dre, I was speaking to your bitch, O'Shea. And as we roll on, I seen the patrol on creep. So we got ghosts before they beat me and Ren in a black CE. Yo, humping some funky shit by the DOC. I gotta get paid in a hurry. See, I gotta have it if I'm not paid thoroughly. I start taking, making sure my shit is steady bumping. A nigga always in the song.
Fuck them motherfucking police, cause they swear that they're locked down and them kick them in his motherfucking ball. Goddamn police, fuck them. Come down, MC Ren.
I heard a dope beat. Somebody told me that Buck did it. But if Dre didn't do it, I can't fuck with it. NWA is like a mix of fix a trick. Real niggas with big dicks. You're taking a chance when you think that talking under your breath won't lead to young death. Fucking up shit ain't shit but a killing for a nigga labeled as being a motherfucking villain. But you don't know me, a record can't tell ya how so many prayed I'll be a motherfucking failure. Real niggas gotta have top ranking. I hooked up with 3 more niggas and started making funky ass shit for your system. Might sound nice so it makes you wanna listen to her. Sample of a ruthless organization, but you don't want a confrontation. Real niggas don't play. Yella Easy Me and the nigga Dre. Yo, always making sure that my shit is steady pumping. A nigga always into something.
Boom, boom, God, look at that bitch. bitch walking on the motherfucking street. Don't you know the Admiral wanna hold my dick and then because that bitch's booty is so nasty.
Yeah, the world's most dangerous group, definitely in this motherfucker. Sending a shout out to all the bitches out there. Yo, you can get in the pickup and suck the dick up to your hiccup. You know what I'm saying? Yo, cause I'm a nigga for life and I really don't give a fuck. I'm going for mine every time I see a fucking softy. Pump strong as coffee. A nigga like that best to back up off me. Yo, cause these are the days and the times of the real nigga. False niggas and up as toss niggas. And that's on the real, cause I'm a nigga that kills again and again. So tell them what's up, Ren.
If I'm not into nothing, I don't feel right. So I grab the 9 and the clip and go and murder motherfuckers at night. Because I start to fiend for fitting in a cell where the crime was too tragic and couldn't make bail. So now they gotta hold me and listen to rehabilitation over and over. Saying they told me, but I don't give a fuck cause I know my shit is bumping. A nigga always into something.
1991 and NWA get the job done. Admiral Dancehall gonna sing this little tale about a girl that could feel like me dick. It goes something like this. The girl could feel like a dick. The girl could feel like a dick. The girl could feel like a dick. She got a dirty outfit. The guffy wicked a wily. Guffy wicked a wily. Wicked a wicked a wicked a guffy wicked a wicked. They go see Admiral Dancehall coming and ask my name and it's Admiral Dijak. Rastafari I that you don't bust out shop. Dr. J, I hear my the master. MC ran him and I come kinda faster. Here come yellow with the wicked a wicked wax. Wicked a wicked a wax. Wicked a wicked a wicked scratch. That's why the Admiral my directly my charge everyone now. NWA is in the house, is in the house, is in the house. I listen up, cause we in the house. Kaya up, listen up. Just listen up, because dance every lady love me. Kaya every lady come around gets me. Because me singing on the NWA album. That's why me singing up on this NWA album, girl.